Welcome back, Classy Crew, to an unexpected video. I really don't like when these videos start with the creator sighing, being all sad, looking into the camera when they're going to announce something serious. So I'm going to try to keep my usual level of enthusiasm and whatever else you get out of this channel and just say, I need to take a break, in short, for a few things, to focus on my business, to focus on my family, and to recharge creatively. I'm going to share the hows and whats about all that. So if you're interested in understanding why I'm going to be stopping my content on YouTube and Twitch, well, join in, because I've put a lot of thought in this, thought about it for a long time. And the biggest driver is my business. So for those of you who may not know, I've been running my business full time for 3 years, which is a pretty relevant business if you care about video games. My company is called XP Gaming, and it is a company that's focused on connecting the video game industry from the business perspective. So what I do is I hold these business conferences all across Canada, and I help connect people to make deals so that more video games can be made. So like an indie developer who's like, I have this great idea, but I need money. They come to my conferences and I go, hey, you've got a cool game. Meet person with money. You guys should get to know each other. And then if all goes well, money gets exchanged and the game gets made. So I left my previous company, and there's a video about this 5 years ago, to start my very first company. And I ended up full-time in it 3 years. And I've achieved a lot while doing that. When I started, I was building a single business conference in Toronto, Canada. And over the last 3 years, I've grown to create a business circuit across Canada with 4 events in Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and the Atlantic coast. And I'm even now developing a fan convention for gamers in Toronto this fall. All this to say, the company has grown into like over $1 million company. I want to stress, the company makes $1 million. I do not. I am far from it. But it gives you a sense that the scale of company requires a lot of my attention. As the founder, and I hate using the word CEO, but like that's kind of what I am, because I'm guiding the ship, steering all the decisions. And I've gone to a point in the growth of this company that my entire day is mostly spent doing calls, talking to partners, talking to strategic partners all over the world about how to grow this company and attract more clients. Which means I need to spend my evenings actually doing the work, like preparing reports, replying to emails, all the work that comes with building a company. And I just feel like I cannot do that right now while still creating content, which takes about 10 to 15 hours of my week between streaming and content creation. So that was the primary driving force of me. Like, I need to choose something to focus on. And it's been really hard because content creation has been something I've loved doing since I was a kid. When I was but a wee boy, my father had a camera, one of those old like recording cameras with an actual VHS tape that you put in there. And I used to walk around the house and go outside and film videos and create all this content around my house. And when I was in high school, I took all these creative media courses, and I actually made some really cringy videos with my friends using now editing software that I had available to me through school. I eventually had to make the choice going into post-secondary school if I wanted to go down a more like safe route, which is what I ended up doing, going as an engineer, or going into the more creative space. And I wanted to be an animator at the time. So I chose engineer over animator. Fast forward a few years later, I did come back and do a 1-year degree in 3D animation, only to learn I'm not good enough for it and I don't want to make a career out of it. But when YouTube started to become a thing, I was like, oh, I can create content for this. And I actually launched my first YouTube video over 11 years ago on a channel that I think is still around called Nintendo Enthusiast. And the first video I put out looked at all the indie games coming out to the Wii U, and on launch, it got like 3,000 views. So I was like, oh my God, like I know what I'm doing. I can be successful on YouTube. I can finally like live my dream of being a creator. And so I started creating content regularly for that channel. At the time, there was 400 subscribers on it with another guy who's now known as RGT85, who has made it quite successful on YouTube. He and I built up Nintendo Enthusiast to a 25,000 subscriber channel until he pretty much chose to go off on his own and build RGT85, which I think is a channel with 500,000 subs now. And he's pretty good at what he does. He does it full time. Whereas I focus more on building the company behind the website while doing this part-time. That said, I continue to focus on making content on the side. And then anyways, the pandemic happened and I lost all my work, all my income. And that's when I started streaming. And it was a way to get out of bed in the morning. I had no reason to get out of bed and I was getting quite depressed. I was like, how about I play Animal Crossing at 9 a.m. with my streamers every morning? At this time, I had like very little community. I had 5 to 10 viewers. And so I started doing that and it gave me a reason. I woke up and I'm like, pour out my coffee, let's go, Animal Crossing, 9 a.m. And I'd stream for 3-4 hours. And that was the motivation I needed to get out of bed. It gave me a routine. And that eventually led to me continuing to do reviews on this channel. And eventually that led to me doing a Monster Hunter review, which drew the vast majority of you. And that was the first time I really got to experience what I had been craving, this rapid rise in viewership and attention. And through Monster Hunter, I finally got a taste of what I had been chasing for so many years. And through that was one of the wildest, most satisfying experiences I had. I went from 10 viewers on my Twitch channel to 700 overnight when I pledged to do Monster Hunter World. And over the last 3-4 years, I don't remember how long that's been, I've had the fortunate opportunity to get to know a lot of you and to dabble in games I never would have thought I would have enjoyed, and get to experience it, get to be part of a fandom and experience all sorts of new things. Like back here, you can see some really cool trinkets just from being a Monster Hunter fan. Like, I don't know if you can see back here, the little Fatalis plushie next to the Plum Wine limited edition, like, Plum Wine from Tokyo that I got when I went to Japan. Like, I was seeking out all these experiences and I got to bond with international fans of Monster Hunter. I got to meet creators like Rurikon, and well, I didn't meet Gaijin Hunter in person, but almost did. We were planning to, and then he got sick. I got to meet fans, people who watch this channel and fans of Monster Hunter. And we just got to bond over this game. And I got to explore like the Soulsborne community and all of these other games, even Devil May Cry. So it's been a blast. And I definitely feel that momentum has slowed down over the years, mostly because you guys watch me for Monster Hunter, not for everything else. So there's a natural momentum decrease of that, but also my own creative output where I just can't dedicate the same energy as I used to because my company has been demanding more and more from me. And I think it probably shows to some level that I can't be as creative as I want. And that's one of the reasons I also think it's time to stop, because when it starts feeling like a chore, I need a break. And right now it feels like I need to deliver a video. I need to deliver a stream. And that's just not going to result in quality content. So I want to come back when I'm refreshed and I have inspiration, like the Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate Pledge. I was sitting on that for months thinking about it, because after I did World Rise 3U, 4U, like I was kind of getting into a routine of, okay, we got to do these games, but I was trying to really capture a special kind of pledge like the originals. And when I pledged you to do the Bloodbath Diablos, that was, again, I was so inspired. I got unique artwork made. Like I had a whole direction of how I wanted the content plan to go, and it panned out pretty good. I'm really happy with how it went. And even like narratively, it was very good for me to learn all the other weapons in the Monster Hunter universe. And there's a lot of other places I can go, but I kind of like ending on this high note of where I am now. And finally, the third reason I think it's time to take a break is my son. I don't know, some of you know I have a son who is 16 years old, soon to be 17, and he's going to be starting his final year of high school this fall. And over the last 5 years, every Tuesday and Thursday when he's with me, I'm not with him because I'm streaming, and I'm realizing I pretty much have 1 year left with him at home before he moves on and pursues some other degrees elsewhere. So I want to make sure that I take advantage of that last year of having him under my roof to really do what, families should do, spending some time with him, teaching him Monster Hunter. He hasn't really shown interest in the game, so it's not something I've been able to dabble with him yet, but maybe with some attention I can get him into it. So those are really the three things. The business is taking too much of my time. I want to spend more time with my son over the next year, and I need a break to recharge creatively. So those are the main reasons. And I've thought about this a few times before, and I have to say, like, one of the reasons I was really hesitant to stop is the editor who works on this channel, who creates most of my videos, who edits them. He didn't edit this one, but the one that you see make all the gags and the jokes. Of course, I'm talking about Ral, which I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong because I still can't pronounce it right after all these years. I met him at a time where he was just starting his post-secondary school. I think he was in university. And it's funny because he kind of jokingly pitched that he wanted to edit for me, and I actually really liked his work. And through all of the ad revenue, all the support I've gone through Twitch and YouTube, there was enough money there to help give him basically like a little base amount of money each month. And I told him, I'm like, look, I don't want you to have to worry too much about, finding work or doing this. So I wanted to give him a steady part-time job while he went through university, and he's actually coming up to the end of this. So for all of you who have watched and supported Hey Jay, I mean, that money, there was a lot at the beginning when we Rise the Monster Hunter. That helped me stay afloat when I had no job. I had a few contracts keeping me afloat, but also the Twitch and YouTube revenue helped me there. And after that, the revenue dropped, but all of that money went into supporting Ral and his education. So by directly, consuming the content here, unknowingly, you have helped someone get through their school and supporting them financially. So thank you all for that. And anyways, he's getting close to the end of his schooling and graduating. But it's not just that. I also now have opportunities in my business to continue supporting him through his school and giving him work. So I'm happy that even if I stop content here, I can still continue supporting him and offering him some work as well as some money. So that's another great thing I like about finding a solution for that. When it comes to the rest of the content, I also wanted to talk about, because there's still a pledge that's left undone. There's one I've addressed in my Discord, which is playing through the story of Dragon's Dogma. I feel like I've done that, but some would argue, well, the story of Dragon's Dogma, the first one, continues in your second playthrough. There's all the DLC stuff. I've tried going back to the game recently, and I really was not enjoying myself. And so I've shared with those in the Discord, I will not continue to play Dragon's Dogma because I don't enjoy it. Like, I don't enjoy it enough. I was expecting a more traditional RPG when I pledged it, and playing through it once was good, but to go back and grind through the DLC, playing the harder content, all to get snippets of a story that I don't really care about or am invested in, just does not sound like a good time for me or for viewers. So that one there is officially done in my books. Then there's the one final Monster Hunter pledge, which I have yet to do, which is the Sunbreak pledge, where I pledged to complete all the quests in Rise and Sunbreak, get all the little check marks. That one I'm going to keep tackling when I get some time and a break to do a bit of content or dabble on stream, because I will still stream if I have some free time and I just want to like boot up the game and get some check marks in. So that one's going to keep going. When it comes to the content on YouTube, there's still going to be a trickle. There's a video coming out later this week, which is my final thoughts on Devil May Cry 2 Disc 2. There's going to be the GU Supercut coming. There's a few more other videos coming out for the rest of August, and there might be a trickle of videos after that. But the reality is I just will not be committed or focused on putting out a video a week because I just can't prioritize that. So there may still be videos. If you see more videos coming up, it's not, oh, Hey Jay's a liar. It's just if I feel a spark, if I feel the need to comment on something or react to something, that's really easy for me to make. And if I have the time to do it, I will do it. Same with the streams. I've been regularly Tuesday, Thursday nights. I will just not be able to prioritize that anymore. If I'm alone on a Tuesday, Thursday night and I'm bored and I've got nothing else to do, yeah, I'll pick up a stream. Maybe I'll do it on a Saturday or something. But I just don't want anyone to expect me to stream regularly anymore. So if you're like, oh, where is he on Tuesday night? Shouldn't he be streaming? I'm just going to be on break. And this is especially true for the next 3 months, because the company is going into its hardest phase of growth ever. And so for the next 3 months, I really need to be head down. I need to pledge to get my company successful and to get it through these next 3 months. And so I got to focus on that real world pledge. And once that dies down, I may have some free time to come back and dabble in content. But if I dabble, it's not going to be a crazy pledge. It might be playing a game here, a stream here, sharing a review there. So that's what you can expect from Hey Jay for the foreseeable future. If I come back full-time, like more regular to content creation, I will announce it. I will make, a big deal about it. But otherwise, you're going to see me pretty sparingly. So I hope I see you still in the Discord. I will be there daily. I always pop in and hang out with the community. So if you're not already in the Discord, check it out. It's discord.gg/heyjay, I believe is the link. If not, I will correct myself in the comments below. Join the Discord. Let's hang out. I always love talking gaming in there. And I can also share updates about my business if you guys are interested in learning more about what I do. So that's where it is. Thank you all so much for supporting me over the years, for watching the content, for commenting on the videos, and for letting me have a taste of what it is to be a content creator. I never quite hit 100,000 subs, which is, I wanted that plaque for 10 years. Maybe in the next 20 years I'll get it or something. And I never got, what else did I never get? I think that was the thing. I wanted the big plaque. Or to do this full time. Those were the two things I wanted. And that was actually what I was doing when I was building my company. I was doing content creation. I was building my company. I'm like, one of these is going to take off, has to take off. And I'm just going to focus on that. It's the company that took off. And so it's finally time. I prioritize that so I can get it to where it needs to be. So I can be in a better mind space, so I can come back to content when it suits me again. So I will see you on another video maybe, or hopefully in the Discord. And until next time, because there definitely will be a next time, keep it classy.